Do you want to know the definition of desperate? Probably not where you thought I was going with that one, but Google says that desperate means the feeling or showing a hopeless sense that a situation is so bad as to be impossible to deal with. I, however, like to focus on the other definition of desperate, being having a great need or desire for something. And I can think of no greater desire in the world than money. There is the saying that money makes the world go round, and although some people may disagree, it is currently how the world works and functions. You do require money for most, if not everything. But anyway, I digress. It seems that movie games also had the same desire, especially with the current attempts to sue a solo indie dev who made a better drug dealer sim than they did. Even though they didn't make it, they published it, but still, same sort of premise. But if you haven't heard, recently, Movie Games, the publishers for Drug Dealer Simulator and Drug Dealer Simulator 2, are currently investigating TVGS, the creator of Schedule 1, for intellectual property infringement, which, in my professional opinion, professional being the fact that I am blessed with a pair of working eyes and have managed to play both of the games, Drug Dealer Sim 2 and Schedule. Schedule hasn't copied Drug Dealer Simulator. They've simply made a more enjoyable experience of a game in the same genre. So, going forth. So in short, how has Schedule 1 infringed on intellectual property? Well, they haven't. But, let's give movie games the benefit of the doubt here and see how the games are similar. So, both games have dead drops, a system where you can go collect your supplies from your supplier. You'd think that would be obvious. Both can contact a dealer for certain supplies for your business. And finally, you can pick the time for deals. These are the similarities that came to mind. There are probably some other minute details that I forgot, such as like grow beds are coming to mind now. But again, grow beds aren't. Anyway, getting off topic. Anyway, how many of these similarities are actually original to Drug Dealer Simulator? Well, little history lesson for everyone who is currently watching. Dead drops have been used since 1960, and if we go off more modern examples, wireless dead drops for the use of information spreading and espionage has been used since 2006, and probably before that. So surprising to no one, this was used way before Drug Dealer Simulator was made. Also, dead drops for the fact of leaving packages is not an original idea from Drug Dealer Simulator. And saying that marking a spot with an X or an icon isn't an original idea either. But, contacting someone for supplies, no, that must be their idea. No. Well, no. The term supply chain was claimed by Keith Oliver in 1982, and supply chains have existed since before the 18th century. Crazy. Almost like they haven't come up with that idea either. Also, seeing as drug dealing is a very real aspect, you really come up with the idea of drug dealing in all simulator games. The more you look into it, the more you see this is very baseless claims of a game attempting to get another game either taken or down, or the spotlight taken off for the simple fact that they made a game that was similar, is doing better, because the game's actually fun. Unlike Drug Dealer Sim. I could carry on, but I think my point has been made. And just because a game has similar features does not mean you have the right to sue them for intellectual property infringement. Using the same argument, however, you could say that the first ever first-person shooter game, after I've done my research, was Maze Wars. Using the same argument, I should be able to say that Maze Wars should be able to sue every other first-person shooter game that has ever been created, and say, well, that they're infringing on intellectual property, which is very stupid. And if you think that is the case, then I don't think you really understand how the copyright system works and how intellectual property infringement actually works. But I digress. I could understand if TVGS stole assets or made a carbon copy of Drug Dealer Sim 1 or Drug Dealer Simulator 2. However, that's not the case. Schedule 1 is a unique take on a drug dealing game. It's extremely enjoyable, unlike the latter, and I highly recommend it. Giving it a try. Give it a try, if you can. And if you don't take my word for it, take the word of the thousands of positive reviews that the schedule has accumulated over the past week or two that has now been out, based on when I get this video out. I'm not attempting to rhyme, I don't think that was a rhyme. But anyway, I'm getting off topic again. Schedule also has a lot more features compared to Drug Dealer Simulator. To name a few, you can, my personal favourite one, the Trash for Cash, where you go around picking up litter and other various objects that have been discarded and taking it to a bin, throwing it in there, and it gets incinerated for money. It fits with the cartoony art style. It's a funny play on just recycling for money. And if you really want to go out on a stretch, or out on a limb, I don't know how that saying goes, you can say it's slightly similar to Drug Dealer Simulator 2's mechanic of finding palm leaves and making baskets to sell, which the only similarities they have are finding objects on the floor, which is also not an original idea. Yeah. But anyway, Schedule also allows you to play a variety of minigames on your TV to pass the time, like Pong, Snake, or a variation of that Internet Dinosaur game on Google, where if you have no internet, you run a little dinosaur in the desert. Yeah, anyway. Drug Dealer Simulator 1 or 2 has neither of these mechanics, or any semblance of way to pass the time that isn't dealing drugs or sleeping. I guess another similarity the games have, in terms of features, would be a casino. Schedule, you can go play Blackjack, Ride the Bus, which is a game I've not heard about since playing this game. And that's about it. You play those two. Oh no, and slots. You play the fruities. Everyone loves the fruities. You want to win big. You get free 7. No. But I mean, they both have this feature. I mean, Drug Dealer Simulator 2 hasn't been implemented yet, and it's coming in a future update, apparently. Which dropped like ages ago, but I haven't really been keeping up on Drug Dealer Simulator 2's updates. But I'll let you people, lovely individuals, take a guess at which one is a paid DLC, which other one is an interesting pastime in the base game. The base game, which is an early access made by one person. Yeah. Some other mechanics that come to mind, and other features. Like recently, I found there's a tattoo shop in Schedule. Don't think you can do anything to customize your player character much in Drug Dealer Simulator 1. No, in 2, you can buy new clothes, which slightly changes stats, but that's about it. In short, it's quite a blatant attempt at striking a solo dev, which I think is a spineless and honestly quite pathetic attempt from movie games. I'm glad I'm not the only one though who thinks this way. People have review bombed Drug Dealer Simulator 1 and Drug Dealer Simulator 2. Can't say is not unwarranted. I also don't believe you should review bomb a game just because the devs are bad. It's not even the devs, it's the publishers. But I'm not against people having an opinion, and maybe this will make them think about trying to go after a solo dev who's made a game that people are enjoying. I'm not the only one who thinks so. This was just supposed to be a short video. I've already gone off script multiple times. And I don't even know where I'm up to in the script. But now, I at least know a bit of what I'm talking about. I've played both games. I highly recommend Schedule 1. It's got that spark. It's a weird way to describe it. I've said it to some friends, said to a friend who I recommended the game to. It feels refreshing. It feels fun and interesting. It hasn't really got boring for me yet, which became the case quite quickly in Drug Dealer Simulator 2 and Drug Dealer Simulator 1. With the tasks feeling monotonous, not even the word, and, not really feel like I've been a part of this drug dealer empire that I'm making, which is why I recommend Schedule. The little mini games you have while making your drugs and while planting, it adds that personal feeling. I guess is what I'm going for. So the connection that you're actually putting some hard work into making it. You're doing these sales, and it's not just you press one button like in Drug Dealer Sim and your stuff just starts growing. Well, in terms of Drug Dealer Simulator 2. But I've been getting way off track this entire video, and all I can think of is going and playing more Schedule, because I'm really enjoying it, and I'm currently addicted, which is a slight bit of irony in that sentence, but I love it anyway. I hope this video is educational, and maybe helps you to better understand the situation that's going on. Don't harass the developers. To my knowledge, it's not the developers, it's just the publishers behind Drug Dealer Simulator. And yeah, this is the video. Just me talking about it. Highly recommend Schedule. Don't massively recommend Drug Dealer Sim, especially in what's currently going on. If you can find it in your hearts to support devs whose publishers are quite evil, honestly. No, evil's like a horrendous term to use, but they kind of are. It's very spineless and cowardly to go after one person because they made a more successful game, and it shows. So hopefully this will get dropped, and they'll realise what a stupid mistake it was to try and go after a solo dev just because their game wasn't doing as well. Anyway, I keep getting off topic, not following the script that I wrote. I'm gonna go back to playing the actual good Drug Dealer Simulator, beating Schedule, and I hope to see you again sometime. My name has been Tyler, and I thank you for watching. I do hope this video at least taught you something. I hope to see you all next time.